That's the second time I've forgotten to turn my headphones on before doing introductions. Hello, everybody. It's Mini Mark here, and I'm here for another game of Magic. Sadly, this hand, as fantastic as it is, and me being on the draw, it's tempting. But with 17 lands in the deck, that's much less than 53, and I kind of need to hit runner lands. If not runner. So I'm going to mulligan. This deck's mulliganing is like it's one of those decks that it can mulligan and not hate itself for it. Some decks are just like, oh great, oh gee, oh. Okay, so as I was saying in the intro video for this draft, this is right before they banned Cloud Post and Temporal Fissure. So what I'm playing against probably is Cloud Post and Temporal Fissure. Now the way this deck works is it's completely unfair, stupid, dumb face. For those of you who don't understand what that means, basically what you try to do is you try to get Cloud Post online, because Cloud Post has this really cool ability of add 1 to your mana pool for each Lotus on the battlefield. So you play Cloud Post, then you play another Cloud Post, then you play another Cloud Post, and suddenly you have 9 mana available on turn 3. Then you play other stuff with that are cantrips and help you fix your mana, like the Chromatic Sphere, Chromatic Star, and the other thing. I don't remember what it's called. Okay, so he's repping a counterspell here. Oh, Chromatic Prism. So basically they try to make a bunch of stuff, get really big creatures, and hit you with those. Or, if they're doing the Temporal Fissure route, compared to just the make big things route with Cloud Post, they'll try to use things that untap land, like Cloud of Fairies and whatnot, and they tap their lands, make a bunch of mana, then untap them, then tap them again, make a bunch more mana, and then they play a bunch of things, and then some of them flicker things, and then that makes more mana because they can then untap more things, and it gets degenerate. He's repping Counterspell. I don't want to lose a Rancor, but I also don't want to lose the game. So I think I'm going to run out a Young Wolf and see if he bites. Yeah, I didn't think he would. Alright, counter the Rancor. What? Does he just not have anything? Come on, attack. What? 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 Okay, so apparently he just had nothing there, which is confusing to me because typically what this deck likes to do is just cast stuff. Like a Seagate Oracle, which has the flavor text of the secret entrance should be near, which I just find to be comical. It's cute. It's adorable. The secret entrance should be near. Oh, yes, it should be. You're an oracle. It shouldn't be should. But oh well. Can I kill him this turn? No. So I'll just attack with both and Groundswell. Because he's tapped out, so he can't interact with it. If he wants to block the Young Wolf, I'm kind of fine with that, because then if I hit like a Rancor or something next turn, it's already been brought back. And typically these decks aren't good on the killing creatures front. So basically all I'm doing is just tapping my dude in order to make it bigger. Also, Miko seems to be lagging on me, so I'm sorry if the frames per second on this video is very low. It's kind of beyond my control. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you guys out. Oh, sweet. It also plays Glimmer Post, which says, hey, aggro decks. Guess what? I'm going to gain a bunch of life. Mole Drifter? Yeah, it's a Mole Drifter. Alright, so he plays a Mole Drifter out. He gets to draw some cards. Now, I'm going to attack with Vault Scourge, and he's going to block, and then I'm going to eat it. But it's not, like, you know, for a billion damage. I don't need to play the land. I like repping it as a combat trick. So I'm thinking I'm going to attack with both. If he wants to trade the Mole Drifter off for the Young Wolf, that's fine. If he wants to put that in front of that, then fine. This is nothing more than a chump check, but still. We'll figure out if he is willing to sacrifice his dudes to the pump spells. So that's a yes. So I'm just going to kick this. Give it +4/+0. Or +4/+4. And it basically just steamrolls over the Mole Drifter, dealing 5 to him, putting him down to a slightly smaller clock. And also keep my guy alive, which is really the important thing here. Next turn, I'll probably be willing just to trade him off because I have a Young Wolf. I have 2 Young Wolves, so I can trade him off and then Rancor up something else. But in the meantime, I'm just going to pass the turn. He hasn't really shown the things that tend to allow him to go off that well. Geez. All right. So he basically has infinite life right now. And infinite mana. So this is when things start to get a little bit nutty. He can play that to cantrip it, like I said before. The cantrip mana fixing artifacts are pretty big in this deck. I think he's playing mono blue at this point. It's either that or he's been mana screwed, and this is the first time he's been able to play something that does stuff. We'll see what he does here. He's making more blue mana. Another Seagate Oracle? That's fine. That's fine. Seagate Oracle is actually, like, pretty good in this set, or in this format, rather. Sorry, I was talking like I was playing Limited. Because it can block people pretty reasonably. Not a lot of things can get through a 1/3 because the format's very aggressive. And it also lets you draw a card, basically, and filter. So it's kind of insane. But you just got to get through it. Keep playing cards and hope for the best. So I think I'm just going to swing with the team here. He'll probably reset our Young Wolf. I'll hit him for 3. I'll gain 3. And then he could have any number of shenanigans he wants to do. So we'll see what he does here. For all I know, he's going to do something like tap my guys down or something. Because with it being a format that's eternal, it has a lot of really... Oh, he's just going to double block this Young Wolf. Mark, what are you doing? Mark! No. You're a dummy. Oh, you didn't see it. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Now, does he have something? Because there are things that he can do. I mean, he's playing blue, which is the color of shenanigans. I'm pretty sure that's what the color pie is for blue. It's just shenaniganry. But yeah, I'm going to run out the Dryad. I doubt he's going to care and do anything about it because it's a Dryad. Basically, any pump spell in my deck and him having nothing wins me the game next turn. The issue being he has 7 cards in hand, is playing blue, and has infinite mana. So my money's on this isn't going to go well. Yeah, another Cloud Post. So now he has 8 mana in just these 2. He can also fix his mana with this. They also play things like Ghostly Flicker, so if he needs to gain 8 life, he can just flicker the 2 Glimmer Posts, gain 8 life off of that, and then put himself up to like about 1 billion. Yeah, and he has another Mole Drifter, so he can draw more cards. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a Flicker right now, because he can do it to like gain 8 life. He can do it to draw cards and filter cards, or just draw more cards, or filter and draw. Like he has the ability to do so much right now. It's kind of insane. And he just discards an island, which is the reasonable thing to do in this situation. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to swing with the Vault Scourge, because I don't want him to see the double blocking ability right now. Because if he blocks this and I have a pump, I'm going to use it here, so he can pretty safely do the Young Wolf double block play. So I'm just going to attack with the Vault Scourge. That might be wrong, because I might be able to like get in an extra 2 damage or something, and that could matter later, blah, blah, blah. But I think what I want to do is I want to have him block. I'll get in for another damage, and then I'll be able to get the Young Wolf. One of my Young Wolves will then be able to get Rancored, which means it can then attack and kill one of them, and then get the Rancor back, and then put it on another one. And it's a very long and very sad process, but hopefully I can get there with it. Is this a flicker coming down or a bounce spell? Nothing? Alright, so he has an actual million mana right now. So this might be like an Ulamog's Crusher. Oh, Cloud of Fairies, untapping both the Cloud Posts. Alright, so this is when you get to see why the deck is getting banned. The reason that Cloud Post Temporal Fissure is getting banned, which I'm assuming what he's trying to do right now, go off with that, is the fact that it's not fun to play against. At a certain point in the game, your opponent gets to start playing Solitaire Magic, which means they get to start just casting creatures and their spells and making a bunch of mana. Then they Temporal Fissure, bounce all of your dudes to your hand, all of your land to your hand, because Temporal Fissure is 4 and a blue, return target permanent to its controller's hand. Storm. So right now he's hitting a storm count of 3, which will allow him to, yeah, and then he's going to Ghostly Flicker both of the Cloud of Fairies, so he's going to be able to tap mana in response. So what I'm assuming he's going to try to do, although he tapped this for some reason, there's another way that they can win the game, which is they make a red mana and then they hit you with like a fireball type effect. The thing is, I'm currently at 41 life, so that might be kind of difficult for him to get up to, but if that's what he wants to spend his whole turn doing, just trying to get up to that magical 41 or 42 mana floating area, then he's cool to do that. My money's on he won't be able to pull it off, though. Alright, Mnemonic Wall to get back the Ghostly Flicker, and with him having infinite mana, he can then flicker the Prophetic Prism and a Cloud of Fairies, or flicker... Actually, you can just do Mnemonic Wall, Prophetic Prism, and then flicker the Mnemonic Wall, and then when the Mnemonic Wall enters the battlefield, he'll get back his flicker, which he can then use again to flicker the same two things. Yeah. So I think yeah. I would like to thank the people at Magic the Gathering for banning this stupid deck. Because it's just not fun to play against, and I'm sure you guys aren't enjoying watching it at all. But just, feel free to skip ahead to another point in the future where you can be like, oh, hey, this is the point where the thing happens. That's cool. Like, me going to sideboarding. So just scroll forward and look for that. I don't blame you. But if you want to watch a deck combo off, and I'm really hoping he's trying to get up to the mana to just outright kill me. But at this point, I feel like he's just going to Ghostly Flicker and flicker stuff and do whatever until he hits Temporal Fissure, bounce all of my things, and then slowly try to ping at me for 4 mana or for 4 damage a turn. It's definitely a fun deck to play against. I'm just going to F6. I know it's not the best way to do it because then he can just start clicking through things and doing stuff at his own speed. But yeah. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. The banning happens, I believe, at the same time that Theros gets released. So it'll be kind of an interesting time for the metagame because it's taking one of the most powerful decks in the format, which is this post deck, and it's getting rid of it. And it's saying instead, hey, we're going to put in a bunch of Theros cards. And with a lot of the decks that like to have stuff that targets, like my deck has a lot of things that target, so it could be pretty good with some of the heroic cards. I don't think I saw any that jumped out at me at common or low enough cost that I could really abuse them. I think the cheapest one was like, was it a 4 mana 4/4 or a 3 mana 2, or it was a 3 mana thing that was 2/2 that could get 2+1/+1 counters or something like that. But yeah, so basically, I feel like the next format is going to be kind of cool. It's going to be kind of fun, and we'll see what happens. The thing with my deck is, it's good against the things that the Fissure deck is mediocre against, because the Fissure deck is very powerful. So the way I look at it, yeah, see, a billion Storm. Ah, jeez. All right, so he's just going to keep putting stuff as I muse about the next format. So the way the next format's going, and I'm also going to try to clock them. So just if you're tired of my musings, just scroll ahead until later, because I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to pull that off. Oh, that was cute. He didn't actually target the Rancor. But and then he bounces that to get back the temporal fissure. That's cute. But yeah, so I think that's going to be kind of fun. Also, in the blue and the red decks, um, there's stuff that you can play that's very cheap, and also with Scry coming back, it kind of seems like the type of format that's going to be good for people playing the elemental combo deck, because the ability to smooth your draws in a deck that is completely dependent on you getting like some ridiculous 3 or 4 card combo is really hard to do. So the way I see it is you're going to get a lot of decks that are going to be getting a lot of new pieces, a lot of better pieces, and who knows, maybe we'll end up seeing a whole new format emerge, because maybe there's something in there that I haven't seen. Maybe there's some card at common that just completely allows the strategy that was never good before to be fantastic. I know that some people were playing things like mono red goblins and elves and stuff like that, which are gonna, I think, really blossom in a post rotation format, because there's some cards that allow you to, tap for mana and stuff, and I think there might be some elves on the plane, which are kind of cool for that deck. There's definitely some. I don't think there's any like true goblin creatures that you can be like a common do stuff with, but yeah. I don't know. Seems like a good time. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm not doing anything, sorry, I was musing and I was up walking around because I was bored, and that's how this game works sometimes. Oh sweet, another Rancor. I'm gonna run out a Young Wolf and then pass. If he wants, I mean, he's only going to be able to attack for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. So that's what, a long term clock. I mean, at this point, I'm basically just, he can just temporal fissure for 1 right now and probably be okay with it, or just cast like 1 card. Yeah, I'm gonna get crushed. But it's fine, because if he wants, he can just, bounce both my things. I might as well just not even play cards anymore. Just F6 through my turn, discard, land. Because it's whatever. At this point, he's won the game. It's just it's just a matter of sitting around and watching him play the game out. Sure. You got there, Chief. Yeah, I mean, basically the deck's banned for a reason, and you're seeing it right now. My money is on this deck being good, but who knows? Who knows? Well, I've eaten a lot of time off of this clock, if nothing else. Oh, he's actually going to attack? Oh, because he's Annihilator too. Fun fact about that, if I sack a Young Wolf, then I get it back, and then I get to block something. Actually, I'm going to block the Crusher. See, just keep trying to clock him. I guess I'm going to do this. I am just the most annoying thing to play against, because if you're going to play a deck that's going to win like this, I'm also the type of guy who, if you're playing the Kiki Jiki combo deck against me, where you try to go off with a bunch of stuff and blah, 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 blah. You all know what I'm talking about probably. It's in Modern, Kiki Pod. I'm going to make you do it, because if you don't know how to do it, then, or if you do it wrong, then there's an issue. And you're just playing the deck relying on other people scooping to you. I know it doesn't apply in this situation, because he clearly knows what he's doing, but, I do like to use it for, like, what was the deck in Standard that you used to be able to make, like, infinite stuff and something? It was like a junk deck, I think, or something, and you had, like, a 4-card combo, because you could, like, bring stuff back, and then you could exile stuff with, like, Fiend Hunters, and then you did the triggers the right way, or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand how the deck worked. All I knew is if my opponent also didn't know how the deck worked, well, guess what happened? They lost, because they would sit there and say, scoop because I have the combo. And I'd say, show me. I don't know how it actually goes off. I was just trusting that you would do it. Well, guess whose fault that is? Um, yeah. So basically, in this game, I'm bringing in my scattershot archers because they are good against his fairies. I'm bringing in thermal karsts because, again, it's a thermal karst. It destroys the land. If he's relying on posts to go off with, then this is really good against him because it can just blow up the one post that he has, and maybe he doesn't find another one or something. I don't know. So I brought in those two. I also brought in a river boa because it has island walk, and sometimes I can just win a game on the back of a river boa just putting like Hunger the Hollow Packs and Rancors on it and just saying, just for the love of God, get there for me. So yeah, but I'll cut the elites. They're good against the sacking thing, but if he's already playing that card, then I'm probably lost anyways. Yes, I. Oh, he started to chat with me? Oh, he submitted a deck. Okay, that's fine. Um, so I got those. Then I also got the mutagenic growths because I'm typically not going to need the extra combat tricks. I'm just going to need more ability to hit him in the face as quickly as humanly possible. Yeah, I'm in the game. You can stop telling me things. I would love to play first. Oh my god. Okay, so the issue with playing against this deck is I need every card I can get. Jeez. All right, I'll keep this one. Um, you need every card you can get. You need to be incredibly aggressive. You need to just be slamming him in the face as quickly as humanly possible. The issue with starts like this, as you can tell, it's not slamming him in the face as fast as humanly possible. Yeah, I'm going to have 6 power out on turn 3, but at the same time, it's, yeah, it's still kind of rough. Begin combat, attack. I'm just going to groundswell here because I don't know when my next land drop's going to come, and I want to get the most out of this as I can. I need to make every land drop count for something big. Alternatively, I could have played Companion, leaving up Vines, in case he had something. I'm going to just cast that with a kicker and just hit him for about 1 billion this turn. It also doesn't let him untap his lands. Hits him for 11. I mean, this is how the deck can be just kind of silly. Sometimes you can just hit him for 11 on turn 2, or turn 3 rather. But he's letting me untap, which is good. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, well, I'll just Rancor this. And if he does something, targeting this. If he counters it, that's one thing. Snap. Do you have a 1-mana thing that does something? Because if this resolves, then that's GG. Oh my god. Okay, well, that was unexpected. Remember that time I said you have to be really quick against this deck? Well, apparently I just did that. The old turn 4 kill. Jeez. God hand, basically. Oh, jeez. The God 6 card hand, by the way. Wow. I don't blame his plays the way he did. I think he played that out perfectly. All you can do against this deck is basically say, okay, I'm going to, try to tempo you out and just get to the point where I can have as much card advantage as possible and just start going off with my combo. And that time, it just happened to work out really well for me. This hand also looks really good. As I said, sometimes you just need to River Boa and put a Rancor on it and just say, get there. So I'm just going to keep this one. Turn 1 Nettle Sentinel, of course, because it's just insane. 2 power on turn 1. I mean, as I said before, I'm a guy who loves 2 power on turn 1. I'm just upset this one doesn't have haste. Because, that's what I'm used to playing with my Goblin Guides and whatnot. Yeah. Alright, so this looks promising. The issue is if he has an ability to go off with something silly, then the deck just kind of breaks down. But I am going to be able to go Young Wolf, Nettle Sentinel, and just try to flood the board with threats. Of course, do the always yields. Okay. Because if he's trying to tempo me out and I have like 5 creatures that can attack him next turn, then it's kind of hard for him to just deal with everything. Like if he wants to snap something, then that's going to be kind of hard. Like if he goes Seagate Oracle here, then I'm just going to slam Riverboa and Rancor it up. Because he doesn't have things that can really kill it, so the regeneration doesn't really do much. But if I can get a Rancor on it, and I can start just hitting him for 4 a turn, and just saying don't have something, then I'm pretty happy. Fade away. What? What? Oh my... Okay, so that is a card that apparently when they printed it said, oh, that's probably fair. That is insane. Okay, well, I learned something today. Blue decks are insane. So, fact. Fact of the day, people. I think I just play the hit for 2 and then play Riverboa, now that I'm knowing he has stuff like that. Jeez, I don't even know what to say after that. I didn't even know that card existed in the game of Magic. It might be in like every single deck, and I've just never run into it. But yeah, I just gotta let you guys know out there in YouTube lands that the deck I'm playing against is not cool. So battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. Sure. I'm assuming you're gonna target the Riverboa. Yeah, you're gonna target the Riverboa. Alright, well, I'll Rancor up the Young Wolf and attack, because then if he wants to block, I still get damage in. And I might even Groundswell, because again, don't know when I'm going to hit my next land drop, so I might want to use it for maximum value. But then I'm leaving myself open to another Fade Away, and if he does that, then I just... I don't even know what happens at that point. I think I just lose. No blocks? Seems too good to be true. So I'll just Riverboa. Wait, what? I could have sacrificed any permanent? Oh, geez, I would have just killed some of my lands. Okay, well, I, again, never played against this card before, and you guys can all stop with your screaming at your monitors. It's not their fault. They didn't know what they were doing. They're young, they're naive. Jeez. So I could have just, like, sacked 2 lands and been probably fine with it, but... and kept 2 Nettle Sentinels on the board and just beaten down for 8 more damage. Basically had him dead next turn. Oh, Mark, you're dumb. Oh, well. That's a good draw. I'm just going to attack with everything and see what he does. I mean, I'm probably going to end up losing a Young Wolf here in exchange for a Mana War, but them's the breaks. Because I don't want to, like... Because if I Groundswell, what'll happen is he'll probably bounce it or something, so I'd rather just let the trade happen. And then I'll run out the Priest, or the Pit Skulk. Why did I call it a Priest? That doesn't make any sense. And then I think I don't Rancor this turn. I think I Rancor next turn. Well, I use my mana more efficiently if I do it now. But if he bounces it, then I'm like super sad. So I guess I don't Rancor the Riverboa, I Rancor up the Pit Skulk. Because either way, it's not going to be blockable. And at least with this one, I have like Regeneration and Island Walk. So it's better. And I can replay the Pit Skulk for only 1 mana this turn. Yeah, I'll do that. So when he bounces it here, yeah, he'll bounce it. The Rancor dies. And I still get to replay the Pit Skulk for only 1 mana, leaving up a mana for shenanigans that he might have. I don't know what I'm trying to rep with that, but what does he have? Another Mana War? Jeez. So what's he going to bounce? Probably the Riverbow again. Yeah. That's a smart play. What do I want to draw here? Hunger's probably a good draw. Because I can swing, hit that. They die. Can swing Groundswell. It dies. Play the River Boa. Go all in on the River Boa. Because if I do that and that okay, so the lines of play I see are attack with the Skulk, let it get blocked by that, play out the Riverbow and hunger it. Attack with the Skulk, Groundswell it, kill that, play the Boa and the hunger, leave myself completely tapped out with only Riverbow in hand. But I have his board wiped. I have a 2/2 and a... So I have 7 damage coming down the next turn, which still isn't lethal. So if I do that, play out the Riverboa, hunger it, that's 5. If it hit a land and then it's lethal. I think I attack. I'm going to attack Groundswell because that makes it so he doesn't have any blockers. Yeah, so I'll attack Groundswell when he blocks. Groundswell when he blocks. Okay. And if he has something here, then good for him. Okay, so that eats the Mana War. I then run out the Riverboa. Then the Riverboa gets hungry. And then I pass. And if he has anything if he has another snap or another Mana War, then he got me. But yeah, it's another Mana War, isn't it? Mole Drifter evoked. Okay, so he's desperate. They tend to want to hit the land for it. That's also weird that he would do it that way and not draw cards first, because he could have, if he hit something, I don't know how many 1-mana spell bounces that they have, but if he had hit something, he could have bounced it with the evoke trigger on the sack for the sacrificing, and then be able to play it the next turn for full value. But so for this turn, I'm just going to hit for 7, and then just run everything out there, because I don't think he can combo off with Fisher next turn. And hopefully it ends next turn, because I'll have 2 things that are unblockable, something with trample, and something that can only get blocked situationally. So let's see what he does here. And if he has the fadeaway thing, then I'm just gonna have no land. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna play it like that. All right, so 4 mana or 3 mana. Evoking another Mole Drifter. He's drawing the cards first. I think he was trying to draw to maybe another fadeaway and hope I did it wrong, because I did play as if I played it wrong the last time. I mean, he needs 2 blockers. One has to have 2 power. Yeah, okay. So good game. I very, very rarely beat the post deck, but I managed to do it this time, mostly because I had, as he even pointed out, the God hand in Game 2. And then in Game 3, he clearly just didn't have the right post that he needed. He was stuck on mana for a very long time, only at 4. And that deck really gets rolling when it gets up higher. I have no idea what he had in his hand, because he had 5 cards in his hand the entire game and just was never able to do anything with it. So, I don't know. But hey, we won a game. We won a match. We're going into the finals. And if we win the finals, we're very, very happy because it'll be a great welcome to YouTube gift from Magic the Gathering Online. This has been Minimark playing Pauper with a Stompy deck in round 3 of the inaugural, I like that, the inaugural Pauper deck. Pauper playing people, purple, popcorn. I was trying to do alliteration, didn't find something. But yeah, so bye-bye.